this week and a review of what 2-week reversals are because gold is posting one this week. So you could do this with any time frame. I like doing it with weeklies because it's more of a macro signal. And what you do to find the off number of whether or not the market's above it, if it's above it, it's still stay long. If it's below it, it's saying that it's reversed the last 10, 15 days of action. And 2 weeks ago, the close was, that's not right. That's right, 33.62. So gold is currently trading at 33.36. Tried to rally again today, not successfully, only up a buck after being up about 8. So you have a 2-week reversal in gold. And when I talked about the lunar cycle last week, gold was one of the candidates to peak, and it certainly did. For the week, how much are we down? Because Friday we closed near the highs. We were at 33.97. So we're down 60 bucks on the week. Still my contention that we're going to test this weekly moving average, which is a shade under 3,000 in the weeks ahead. Silver held up better. It had one more zigzag in it. I still think that even if it holds up better than gold, it's vulnerable. Could we get another push up towards 8.5? You could see how the confluence of these moving averages are. And if we break this moving average next week, there's a lot of air underneath the market. And if that occurs, I still think we could see 35 to 34.30 in this range where these speed lines come in. So that's the gold and the silver, the precious metals. The other part of the bearish case is some of the stars have been fading under pressure. I talked about platinum rallying to 1360 and failing. That looks to be underway. Palladium, another one of the stars that we had coming into July that has given up at least 61.8, maybe 2/3 of its advance. So, some of the more speculative metals are also under pressure. Silver being the strongest, but, things have a tendency to catch up. So, bearish metals still remain so. When it comes to the dollar, we really had a chance yesterday for this market to turn good. We're right up against the 50-day moving average, and now we're pushing right back down towards this level. But we had a decent week trading because we came in long the Dixie from here last week, and we pitched half of it for 50, 60 pips, and then went BE on the rest. So if you got stopped out there, and then when the Dixie was down here, I did a euro short from 17.11, still, 14 in profits, but at one time you had 70, over 70 at 16.31. I took some 25 and booked the close. So, looks like the euro could rally. So, I'm going home flat the dollar. There could be a reaction if there is a ceasefire. You would think that heard this from K-Man, a trader that I work with, talk to, believes that the euro will be stronger on a ceasefire because it takes some of the geo risk off the table for Europe. So we'll see what happens next week. We're getting into the level where are we really bottoming here in the dollar? Was this it? Or was this just an ABC and we're going to flush into September? I'll give it one more chance down here. Maybe we get something here around 97.5 early next week. I'll look at this level, but you have to give up the bull ship here at 97.10. Under 97.10, we're headed to 95 or lower. So that's the dollar. I want to talk about Bitcoin and why I talk about how important taking partials are. It's trying to recover. But this was one heck of a reversal. Okay, and look at the daily. So remember when we were talking, I said, looks like it has new highs. I don't know if it'll confirm or not. It didn't. It diverged. And then on the weekly, it also diverged. And could this, well, here's a daily. You have some negative divergence here on the daily at new highs as well. See this? Okay. So, this could just be the second drive. We pull back and get a third, but we start taking out 116. It opens up a lot of air in Bitcoin. And also, is Bitcoin a tell for what might happen to equities since it is a liquidity barometer and can lead what the market does by days or a week or so? So this is actually not a great sign for equities. So they're up again today. Let's take a quick look. Anyway, be careful with that's why you take partials. When we were up here above 120, I said partials, right? Now we're 118. So, next week we could be 116, and then you'll have a real big decision to make. If you took partials, you've taken all the heat off yourself. And if you wanted to give it 112 again, this low, you still made money even if we take out 112. We're in here to make money, not just to be right. It's the execution of the idea that counts on your P&L. Okay, so let's take a look at the S&Ps. I'm getting some real good divergence in NASDAQ. I took a short in NASDAQ from 23,830. So you have 50 pips in NASDAQ if you want to take it. But look at this glaring divergence on the daily. S&P has the same thing, same divergences. So I took a short in NASDAQ. We'll see how that works out. I'll update you on that on Monday. But I would call it a good week. Okay, it was kind of choppy, and the big play was gold, giving us a reversal to the downside that I'm expecting continuation of. And the dollar picture should clear up for us in the next couple days. And perhaps Bitcoin is giving us, yesterday, gave us a market tell that the long awaited correction in equities may be beginning today. So, if there's anything I haven't covered that you want me to watch for you or provide my analysis, feel free to leave it in the comments section. Here's a 10-year yields. I thought we might get to 410. That's looking less likely. A lot of people have this whole thing as a big triangle like this. And I interviewed a fund manager the other day. He's calling this a triangle, looking for an upside breakout, not just a test, but an upside breakout. So that's the look in yields. Yen, I missed. It didn't get up to 49. I don't think it's bottomed yet. Still think that maybe we could see 45 next week. And then I'd be interested in trying the yen, see what happens there. And that's going to be a wrap, everyone. Weekends are very important, not just for doing your work and being prepared to execute, but also to let go and relax and not have charts in your head for the next 2 days. You need to recharge your battery. It's demanding. So everyone have a restful and insightful weekend when you're doing your technical work. Good hunting, everyone, and don't just count your pips, count your blessings.